this thing working? Okay. Hello, this is Reggie Tavill here, paranormal investigator for the Utah Center for the Documentation of the Occult and Supernatural Phenomena. The date is August 7th, 2005, and this is my initial report for Freddy Fazbear's Jr. Pizzeria, located in Hurricane, Utah. The address and postal code are included in the document I'm sending back to Salt Lake City, and this is an introductory dispatch report that's required by policy before my investigation can get off the ground. And a part of that report will focus on some simple details. This is a pizza restaurant founded in 1987 by the Fazbear Entertainment Corporation, and is apparently some continuation of a wildly profitable franchise in Hurricane. I could not care less. Like, am I supposed to continue making these details? This stuff is all crap. We're focusing on the actual real stuff. So for the past few weeks, I will be examining and investigating the restaurant for possible haunting. The subjects of interest, as I've heard and I've photographed actually, are 4 vintage 1983 animatronics. 2 are stored in a parts and service room, and the other 2 are stored in apparently what is a maintenance bay. Why this restaurant has another maintenance bay when they have a parts and service room is I have no clue. The first thing is this weird box thing, pirate, apparently. It's in shambles, it looks hideous, it smells bad, and apparently nobody cares about it. Literally. Half of the employees forgot that it existed until I asked them and showed them. Second is the chicken robot, Chica. Like the rest of them, she's tall, but she's a bit taller than the rest. I'd say about 8.5 feet tall. And she's pretty messed up. Apparently they've been trying to restore her. Employees have been telling me that they have been watched by her, like she will stare at them while they're in the room with her, and then she'll twitch without a power source, which is interesting. Third is this giant, this absolutely enormous robot, Freddy Fazbear. Chica's tall, but this guy's just big. And he's in the maintenance bay, separate from Foxy and Chica. Apparently he moves around at night, and even attacks people. Apparently. And the final subject is apparently supposed to be a rabbit rock star guitar player named Bonnie. I don't know. He looks like a more scrap heap than fabric. And no, I didn't set up the elaborate torture chamber in the 5 minutes I was in here. He is actually hanging from the ceiling from literal hooks. There's a link around his neck binding him to the ceiling with a sort of noose. And there is a little device attached to the back of the skull, which is apparently for monitoring him. You can see the wiring going down to the back of his head. Apparently he could disappear and reappear at will. Teleport, basically. Become a shadow, move through walls, control people's minds. I feel less and less serious reading this out loud. Is this some sort of prank? Seriously. I'm struggling to understand how this is not how this has not reached the public, if this is such an issue. Who even hangs a garbage dump like this from the ceiling? This whole thing seems like a bunch of crap. Anyways, that's the end of his report. I'll continue making more as soon as I find the time to. I'll be visiting his place at night over the next few weeks to monitor the robots. Till then, Tavill, over and out.